It is no secret that many of the world's greatest guitarists have used a Strat style guitar to craft and shape their own unique tone. It's also no secret that many boutique builders have taken this design and offered their own unique spin and edge to what is arguably the best design the guitar world has ever seen. And I think this begs the question, does the Suhr Classic S faithfully recreate this 60s style Strat, or does it hold its own unique place in history? Let's get started. Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Zach, and I need your help to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I cannot do that without your help. If you like high quality gear reviews, tips and tricks on tone, Kemper content, or if you are a church and worship musician, this is a place for you. So help support the channel in that way, or check out some of the affiliate links down in the description below. In today's video, my goal is to give you the overall specs and what I think makes this guitar unique, followed by quite a few sound samples. And then at the end of the video, I'm gonna wrap it up with my thoughts, who I think this guitar was built for, and whether or not I think this guitar is worth buying. I'm gonna be sure to drop a link down in the description below, so if you do want more details about this guitar, be sure to check that out. But on Suhr's website, they describe this guitar as a guitar that has a classic look with a modern feel. And I think we're gonna see a lot of that with the specs. And honestly, in my opinion, this is a beautiful balance between vintage and modern playability. So if we take a look at the body, we have alder wood in an Olympic white polyurethane finish. And for the pickups, we're going to have the Suhr V60 LPs, which are their take on a pretty faithful recreation of a 1960s Strat style pickup. And they even use magnets from the same era as well. But then these are going to be hand wound with a unique tension method that is going to give them a bit sweeter, kind of rolled off high end. Now for the bridge position, we're going to have the SSV pickups, which are absolutely amazing. They pair super well with the Strat pickups. Now this is kind of a vintage feel and sounding humbucker, but then you're going to have some more modern definition and clarity. And the nice thing about the bridge position is you're gonna have kind of more push mid-range. So if you wanna cut to the bridge when you jump into a solo, it's gonna be sure to help put you at the front of the mix. Now, moving along to the neck, we're gonna start with tinted maple with an Indian rosewood fretboard. It's going to have a vintage C-shape style neck with a 9 to 12 inch compound radius. It's going to have medium stainless steel frets and then a tusk nut as well. Wrapping up the other hardware on this guitar, we've got Suhr's locking tuners, and then we also have a Goto 510 trem with a steel block as well. One final feature that I really love and I think makes this guitar insanely practical is Suhr's SSC2 silent single coil system. Man, that's a mouthful. And what that does is it helps eliminate that traditional 60 cycle hum that you get from single coil pickups. Now, like I said, be sure to check out the description down below if you want more details about this guitar. But let's go ahead, let's take a break. Let's hear how this guitar sounds through my Kemper amp and each of the pickup positions. Now, first and foremost, I want to say I've been looking to purchase this guitar for the last year. I played this at a local guitar store called Lidget's in Council Bluffs, and I immediately bonded with this guitar. It was a guitar that I picked up and I couldn't put down. I think I honestly played for about an hour to hour and a half of just coming up with new guitar riffs and things that I wouldn't normally play on a guitar, and at that moment I knew it was a guitar that I wanted. I especially feel like the Classic S is a really brilliant balance between the amazing sound of a 60s style Strat, but with more modern playability. Having things like a compound radius, stainless steel frets, a 2-point trem system, their SSC2, which is that silent coil system that I mentioned earlier. All of those things I think make this guitar really unique, and for my hands play incredibly well and almost effortlessly. Not only do you get a guitar that sounds really amazing and keeps that traditional 60s style sound, but you also get the world-class build quality from Suhr and their impeccable craftsmanship as well. In terms of these pickups, honestly, I feel like these are my all-time favorite sounding Strat pickups. Like I mentioned earlier, these are pickups that I immediately bonded with and felt right at home with. They inspire me, they are sweet without ever being brittle. The scooped kind of mid-range is exactly where it needs to be in both the 2 and the 4 position. And then that bridge pickup is really rocky. It lets you cut through in a mix super nicely. So all of those pieces I think fit perfectly on this guitar. Now, I must say, I don't think these Strat pickups are the most Strat sounding pickups out there. They're not the most traditional sounding pickups, and I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but I'll include a link down in the description below. But Sean Tubbs did a review with this Classic S versus a Fender Strat, and in my opinion, this Fender sounds a bit more traditional, but I think this Suhr still sounds absolutely amazing, and in my opinion fits more my sound as well. Now, Strat style guitars have always felt like home to me. I've always felt like I bonded with them and they play really nicely, and I think this Classic S is probably the best sounding, best feeling, and honestly probably most expensive Strat that I've ever owned. Now, the final question in today's video, do I think you should buy this guitar and who is this guitar made for? I absolutely would recommend buying this guitar, and if you're watching this video, you honestly probably already have an interest in it. But as far as who this guitar is made for, I think this guitar is both for the hobbyist and professional. For the professional, if you are looking for something to tour with, you want the versatility of having one guitar that can kind of do it all, I think this guitar is fantastic. If you are the hobbyist, more like myself, where you just want something that sounds great, that feels great, that you know what to expect out of a guitar when you grab it and is going to inspire you to want to play more, I think this guitar is perfect. If you're somebody that's looking for that vintage sound but modern playability, I think this guitar is going to fit the buck really nicely for you. And if you've got a little bit of money where you can afford this style guitar, I couldn't recommend it enough. Now, that's all for today's video. I think my camera is about to die, so we'll wrap it up. Please like, please subscribe, and stay tuned for future content for more gear reviews. Thanks so much, everybody.